I was given a box of scrap motherboards, and in this is a Nintendo Switch Lite motherboard. And I don't know what's wrong with it other than on my visual inspection, I could see that the USB port's damaged. Let's see if we can fix it. Here you can see the USB port's pretty messed up. And until I replace that, I can't run any further diagnostics on this board. So I use the Hakko Omni Vise. It's a heavy weight, probably weighs more than a pound. And I'm going to clamp it to the edge of the board here and position it hanging off my desk so that I can use my mount here to put hot air underneath there. Heating from underneath, I'm going to stick a little bit of flux on there. And I'm doing that so I can add in some leaded solder to the joints. It's not absolutely necessary to do this, but I'm going to reuse those joints. All right. Now, I want to remove the heat, and I'm going to wick away the pads and add fresh solder to them. Okay, now that I've wicked away that solder, I'm just going to wipe real quick with IPA. Then I'm going to put some more flux and add some fresh leaded solder to those pins, to those pads. Okay, now I'm going to go back with the heat gun and bring to a melting point those pads. Now I can place the port. Of course, that's not the right port now, is it? Alright, here we go with a correct port. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of flux here under those pins. I'm going to come back and put a little bit of pressure down. Remove the heat. Doesn't look real straight, does it? I'm going to tweak it just to the left a little. Alright, right there. Okay. Now that the USB port is replaced, we can check the port diode readings. And here, I got that upside down. Okay, so 7 and 18 being OL is normal on a Switch Lite because this doesn't dock. The rest of those shouldn't be OL. So let's take a look here at the M92, shall we? So in diode mode, I'm going to check these 3 caps right here. And that one's OL. It should be about 0.3. That one's OL and it should be about 0.5. That one reads 0.35, which I actually think is normal. So this chip is likely the cause, so we're going to remove that chip. Let's go ahead and put some heat on there. All right. Now I'm going to put some flux on here. And tin these. Okay, let's put a new chip on. I'm just going to heat this until I see that solder get melted. Beautiful. Then we're going to try and position that. That looks pretty, whoop, I slipped. Hang on. Okay, let's try that again. Alright. Try to get this as straight as possible. Alright, heat off. Alright, now for the squish. Alright, heat off. Now let's sweep the sides. When I do this, I'm always going to add extra flux. And I'm going to come along with my small iron and get rid of those blobs. Alright, that looks pretty good. A little bit of cleanup. And let's test the port now. Okay. And survey says same results. That's weird. Am I still shorted on these chips? No, that looks normal. And that one's normal. That's weird. There's no shorts anymore. So why are we OL? Ah, that's shorted. Most common reason for that is this little diode here. I guess you can't see from up top. So over in this area of the board, well, that's actually normal. What am I doing here? That shouldn't be open. Okay, so this is shorted right here. This should have a diode reading and not beep. Most likely it's this little guy right here. We've found that part to be optional, so let's just break it off. No? Okay, I'm gonna have to apply some heat. Alright, now that that's off of there, we're gonna check the readings there again. Okay, now I got a proper diode reading here. So this side is OL. What am I looking at here? Oh, sure. That is the ground side. I wasn't looking under the scope. Gotta be able to see what I'm doing here. Okay. That's checking out good. That one's looking good. Those are good. Okay. I think everything's looking okay right here. Let's check these again over here. Yep. Okay. Everything seems in order on both these chips now. Let's see. Okay, so according to my port diode readings, I have OL on 6, 7, 8, 17, 18, 19. Now, I know 8 and 17 are normally OL on a Switch Lite. On a standard Switch or Switch OLED, they go to the PI3. They have to do with docking. Switch Lite doesn't dock, so that's normal. But 6, 7, 18, 19... in my notes, I've wrote that this has always resulted in a no fix. OL on 7 and 18 has been noted as a no fix multiple times over. And specifically 6, 7, 18, 19, I established on a regular switch that there was a cap shorted to ground that was established, one well established to be a bad APU. And I suggested that those diode readings are likely to be a no fix every time. Now, of course, I couldn't have known that we were going to have those readings initially because the USB port was damaged. And I think when a USB port is damaged and you connect it to a charger, you're sending voltage potentially down lines that aren't designed to receive voltage like that. So I always say a damaged USB port could be a system killer. And if it shorted out the APU, it could likely be that the cause was damaging the USB port and continuing to try and charge it. I'm going to deem this one a no fix. If you have experience fixing Nintendo Switches and you use the mechanic tail insertion tool and you have a different opinion when you get OL on 6, 7, 18, and 19, let me know. I am always open to learn. All right, thanks for tuning in.